Final exams were over, and winter break had begun just in time for the first snowfall. Personally, finals week had always been a complete disaster for Kaminari, and he could only pray that he got passing grades for the semester. But despite the stress and intense studying with Momo, one thing was getting him through it all. "The 1A dorm party is finally tonight!" Sero cheered, throwing an arm around both Kaminari and Bakugo. Bakugo shrugged him off harshly, a curse leaving his lips. Sero didn't seem too bothered. By now he was used to the blonde's attitude. On Kaminari's other side, Mineta gave a contented sigh. "I heard all the girls are wearing short Santa dresses and stockings," he cooed, eyelashes fluttering as he undoubtedly imaged the girls lined up in his head. Turning from Sero to look at Mineta, Kaminari's eyes widened. "All of the girls?" he asked casually, a slight pink dusting on his cheeks. Bakugo rolled his eyes, scoffing. "Stop trying to pretend you're not just hoping that listener is gonna dress up, idiot." Bakugo rolled his eyes. "Who are you even fooling? Didn't you already admit that you had some sort of plan to ask her out tonight or something?" Kaminari rubbed the back of his neck sheepishly, letting out a nervous laugh. For as much as Bakugo pretends not to care about his friends, he always does listen to what they have to say. "Well," Kaminari started, "I do have a plan. A foolproof one, in fact." Sero snorted from beside him. "Any plan with you, it can't be foolproof." Kaminari elbowed Sero gently, though it only promoted more laughter. "Oh, shut up," Kaminari grinned. "Really, though, this is gonna work. Even if she doesn't like me, I can play it off as a joke if things go south." Though Kaminari let out a laugh at his own words, he internally hoped it wouldn't have to come to that. Mineta looked at him, all but drooling at the prospect of cute girls at tonight's party. So, what's the plan? How are you going to woo her?" Eyebrows knitting slightly, Kaminari gave a slow shrug of his shoulders. Though Kaminari liked Mineta, he wasn't sure he wanted to give him any hints toward the plan. When it came to you, Kaminari wanted you to be completely off limits to his perverted little friend. "It's a surprise!" Kaminari played it off well, shooting some finger guns. This, of course, earned him an annoyed sigh from Bakugo. "That means it's stupid like usual." The boys laughed again, and Kaminari played mock hurt. "Bah! So what if his friends thought his plan was stupid?" Deep in his heart, Kaminari knew this was a surefire way to win you over. He hoped. By the time everyone was back at the dorms and ready for the party, the sun had already set prematurely. Feeling hot and nervous, Kaminari fixed his shirt a little. He'd put more effort into his outfit than usual, wanting to look presentable for you. For now, only the boys were present in the dorm common room, goofing around and holding drinks. The girls, as per usual, were taking longer to get ready and were running late. In the meantime, Kirishima and Sero were trying to distract Kaminari from his nerves by messing around with the unlit tree. Taking the electrical plug and handing it to Kaminari, Kirishima cheered, "Light this tree up!" Never one to back down, Kaminari put the end of the plug into his mouth, shrouding the room in rainbow colors. The bulbs on the string lights seemed brighter than usual, mostly due to Kaminari's superior electrical currents. As his friends cheered, Kaminari raised his arms up in victory before hearing feminine laughter from behind him. Craning his neck to look back over his shoulder, Kaminari's eyes plugged. A few of the lights burst as a wave of electricity pulsed through him, scaring Sero. Mineta had only been partially right about the Santa dress. That outfit was given to Mina. The rest of the girls were dressed up as various things: elves, snowflakes, candy canes, and then there was you, with a blushing little red nose and cute antlers. Kaminari felt the plug fall loosely from his mouth, the tree going dark. From beside him, he felt Kirishima prod his side. "Close your mouth," he heard him mutter, and Kaminari quickly obeyed. "God, he just couldn't help it. You were too cute." Quickly turning away, Kaminari tried to keep his cool. You'd only just arrived, and he knew that the timing for his plan had to be absolutely perfect. So, he was patient, though he was partially bouncing off the walls in the process. As the party progressed and people started to get into the swing of things, he had to find little ways to pass the time, so he didn't rush into it. At one point, Kaminari chugged about a whole bottle of milk for a dare, nearly throwing up in the process. Not exactly smooth, but that certainly got your attention. Finally, he saw his opening. Most of the students were playing a festive wrapping paper game, one in which Sarah was killing it. But you had chosen to sit this one out. Kaminari's eyes shifted to you as you stood near the windows, watching the game go down. As subtly as he could, he slowly shifted his way over to you until he was directly beside you. Kaminari's hands were sweaty as he felt around in his pocket. This was it. This was the moment he'd been waiting for. He was a ball of nerves, but he shut them all down in a burst of confidence, pulling out a small bundle of mistletoe and holding it above the two of you with one of his hands. He cleared his throat, catching your attention. "Well, look at that," he mused, his voice slightly teasing. "Do you know what this is, listener?" Your eyes shifted and lifted up in confusion, landing on the small plant he held before falling back into Kaminari's face. Were you carrying that around with you this entire time?" you asked, a bewildered look on your face. Kaminari coughed. Yes, but that's besides the point. So, you know what people usually do under mistletoe, right? So, how about it? Do you want to, He watched your eyebrows furrow slightly. "I don't know, Denki. How many girls have you already pulled this on?" At your words, Kaminari felt his heart sink. Oh dear, that's not what he hoped for to hear at all. "What? None. Only you. I planned this for you." His elbow lowered slightly, the mistletoe sinking a few inches. Your expression softened, and you placed one hand onto his elbow to bring the mistletoe down within your reach. Gently, you take the plant from him, tossing it casually over his left shoulder. So that's a no then, huh?" he asked with a forced smile, but there was no denying the dejection in his voice. "You doofus," you smiled. "You don't need mistletoe. If you wanted to kiss me so bad, I could have just asked. I'd been waiting, you know." In an instant, his eyes widened, quite literally shocked at your words. Before he could say anything to ruin the moment, you stood on your tippy toes and planted a kiss on his lips. You loved the way his lips felt on yours, and after a few seconds, you hesitantly pulled away, concern on your brow. "Denki, you didn't kiss back." Your concern soon melted into amusement, taking notice how his face was completely cherry red. With a tiny laugh, you quirked an eyebrow at him. "Would you like another chance?" Dazed and over the moon, Denki nodded his head quickly, gently placing his hands on either side of your face to pull you into a second, better kiss. Meanwhile, Bakugo watched from across the room with a stunned expression on his face.
"My God, that dumb idiot actually did it!"